MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Well, good morning. It is Monday, April the 11th. We're sitting at 60. 79 is going to be our high. Kind of warm.
Yeah, it's a little, not cold or anything this morning, but I guess the rain and, no sun out right now. It's a little bit chilly, but.
You said there was hail at your house earlier.
Yes.
Was that you or the weather?
It's the weather.
Okay.
But no, this morning, just not long ago, I guess it was around 6:30 or so. It started pouring down rain all of a sudden, and then, immediately hail started coming down. Ooh. And it was about, it was between pea size and not as big as a marble, but, large pea size hail.
That's pretty
Covered
good.
our deck. It was, yeah. So, that just came out of the blue.
And that was not forecasted, by the way. That just shows you how Mother Nature will just come and do what she wants to.
That's right.
We'll talk a little bit about weather this morning, of what is coming, what is expected. This has been one of the hot topics of the morning. Twice he has been seen as we go to the website there to sammedia.network. Naked Man has been spotted in Meridian twice this morning. The first time at 5:30, and then when we were live at 6:30, we had reports of people going, I see him now. He's walking down the street.
Oh, my goodness. He don't need to get caught in a hailstorm.
No, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, and painful.
Now that you bring that up. So, to my knowledge, he's gone back to wherever he goes at this point, but several spottings this morning.
Right.
So we'll see if anything comes of that today.
Goodness.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
I might be wrong, but I don't think you have to worry about him coming up in the clothing stores.
No. Doesn't want anything there. That's some headlines from this morning as we start on that. As we move around, and this is a good thing that's going on this week. Let's pull this up where everybody can see this. We got this in of Highland Baptist going on this week.
It's Highland Baptist Holy Week. It lunches April the 11th through the 15th, beginning at 11:45.
Now, what this brings about here is just going to be some free lunches. You get to hear a good message.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost anything. If you want to make a donation, more than welcome to do that. The Neighborhood Watch is putting that on, and they've got a guest speaker each day. As you look back at this little sheet here.
That's right.
Right there. Yeah, I was moving it. It was dead in front of me, Candace.
And they will take donations, it says, but they're not required. So.
But for a great meal, something good for the community, Highland Baptist on the situation. As always, if you've got a community event, we'd love to hear from you as well.
That's right.
As the week progresses, we'll get into all the Easter egg hunts.
Yes. I don't know if weather's going to be great for Easter, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. It could change. Who knows? We'll see.
Easter Sunday.
I have bought some plastic eggs.
There you go. That's Easter Sunday right there. 30% chance of showers there. Nothing bad.
Yeah.
82 for a high is nice and warm. And as it gets closer, we'll be able to tell you more about it. That many days out, everything is iffy. But there's rain chances every day this week. That's where we want to watch right there.
And, of course, this is the week we choose to camp.
We got to talk about you. You should always.
Well, I wanted to be able to be over there for Easter weekend because I don't know, I wanted to. Anyway.
Nothing like getting blown away in your camper because you wanted to be there, Candace.
Well, we can run home if we need to, I guess. But
now, there is a small threat of severe weather tomorrow, but it's mainly to our west. We're going to get some light showers as we look at what the National Weather Service tells us. Let's make that where you can see this. I keep pushing the wrong button. But it will be west of us, pretty much right along in here. Now, let's just go ahead and go to radar and look at this so you can see it a little bit better. Let me pull that up. It goes into a lot bigger detail than what they show there. Let's pull up tomorrow, day 2, and this is what is forecasted for tomorrow with severe weather. And we pull this up. There we are. The severe weather right there at Brandon is where that is. We're going to see some light shower activity. Scott County is under a level 1, but if you look at this, back out here is Dallas, Texas, and those areas that will have severe weather. Now, if you've got to go to Jackson tomorrow, your decision, but it's not going to be horrible. The later on in the day you look at this, it could get worse. Now, let's move this and take a look at severe weather on Wednesday for us. It's changed just a teeny bit, and I had someone ask about the timing on that. It's going to be early part of the afternoon on Tuesday for tomorrow for the Jackson area, like 9 o'clock till like 1:30 is what they're forecasting that for. Now, as we go back to look at this of what we're expecting on Wednesday for our area, this is the outlook right there. As we dig into this area here, this will be in Mississippi. The center of it is, it has been for the last 4 weeks in a row. We'll pick it up here in South Mississippi. Here's Alexandria, just to the northwest of Hattiesburg. But this is deep into the state there, and this will cut across the Meridian area and then go northward. This is where all the tornadic activity and bad weather could be, all the way up to Evansville, Indiana, up to Indianapolis and to Juliet. As we look at Bloomington, Springfield, St. Louis, all involved in it, even Fort Smith, Arkansas. Yeah. But this is a level 3, and this is a level 2. As you get into this, it kind of splits the county. Right there. The north side, northwestern corner of Lauderdale County, as you look at this from the airport west, taking in Dunn's Fall and on up through North Crest Baptist Church and all the area here up to Samdale Monument, is a level 3. Now, this is Monday morning. That is Wednesday. Is this map going to change in between now and then? Absolutely. It'll either shift to the east, or to the west. It'll be some changes in this, so we want you to be aware of what's coming. But most of all, severe weather is severe level 3, which is nothing to play with.
Yeah. Goodness. Let's hope it changes for the good.
I wouldn't bet the farm on that.
Oh, goodness.
This is
a weekly occurrence. I mean, like weekly bad weather.
And when I tell you to have a weather plan, I really mean that. That's not just something that I say because somebody else said it. If a tornado warning is issued, know where you're going. A lot of times, we'll get deeper into this, what type of tornadic stuff that could come with this. A lot of times, they're quick. A lot of times, there's more notices involved in it. You know, they can put it out an hour so you can get, but not all the time. You need to know where you're going to go in a moment's notice, down the road quickly. Don't stay in mobile homes. Don't stay in homes that are above ground, where air can get under them. Dangerous. We want you safe, someplace that's solid.
That's right. Run for the hills.
When y'all gonna sell your Tahoe and go buy a storm shelter?
Goodness, I don't know. Oh, I really do want to get a storm shelter put in. I'd feel better. My mother has one, but sometimes it's not real convenient to have to run and take a chance on getting over there in time if it's something last minute. So anyway, I'm not the only one though. There's many of us out there like that.
Oh yeah,
and you know.
Especially, keep in mind, I never rely on those sirens that go off.
Yeah.
Number one, they go off for the entire county, so you don't know if it's close to you or not. The second thing is you could be busy with kids or television or radio, any kind of noise, or think of a skill saw running. You don't hear things.
Well, and too, like this morning, that popped up, like hail and rain. And I mean, I know on my phone I have like notifications too from weather stuff, and it said light rain. I mean, there's no hail even predicted, so, you know.
Phil Reinhardt on his way back from Las Vegas. I hope you won something for us. Got us some pictures. We do hope so there.
Good morning to Sarah Elizabeth Martin. She's watching this morning. Ricky Bishop, good morning. And Pat and Jim Coker, good morning from Hickory, Mississippi. Hope y'all are having a great day. Yeah,
now, let's go ahead and get into this. This needs to be addressed. This was the hot topic of the Meridian area last week of a possible, it was a kidnapping claim, and that's the way we're going to word it, is a claim. As the Meridian Police Department dug into this, there was no threat in the end. And here it is on our webpage if you want to read about that, sammedia.network. A local man is cleared. Innocent, 100%. It did not happen. Now, there was the original talk that a mother reported that a man tried to grab her child's hand and take it. She called the child, and the child run away. And after they reviewed, and this is what is so fortunate, is that there were cameras. He was cleared. Several investigators got involved in this. This isn't one of those things, well, we didn't see it. It had video on it.
Right.
And he didn't do it. We want to make that very clear. I cannot, in any shape, form, or way, I have not spoken to the mother. I don't know anything. I'm not going there. It wouldn't be right. But the gentleman is clear. He hadn't done anything wrong. And as I spoke to him the other day, he goes, "Man, I just want to get rid of my truck. It's like
Yeah.
it's tabooed at this point.
I hate it so much that all that happened. I really do. Because, I mean, you can, you can ruin somebody's life like that. I mean,
That's a strong
it can
claim.
happen overnight or in a second, because stuff starts going like wildfire, before people get all the facts or anything. It can happen. But I also, I have to sympathize. I'm not saying, as a mother, I know how you can feel uneasy if you're by yourself with your child somewhere. But, you don't, I don't know. It's just I guess it's a fine line right there.
Well, in any time, if you feel threatened, you call the police.
Or leave.
Simple.
Leave the place that you're at if you don't feel comfortable. But from what I understand, I think he was out there. He was trying to do some maintaining of the playground. And so...
So that's the short and skinny of it.
Right.
He's innocent. He hasn't done anything, and hopefully all this will fade away. Now, in no point have we ever mentioned either one of them's name. There was no one was charged. You don't do that without evidence, and then that's why we don't do that. Think you look at these situations. Think if that claim had been done somewhere where there was no way to go back and look at video footage.
Right.
Then it's a he said, she said type thing. And you can get messed up quickly.
Right.
And especially when no one else is around to go, yeah, well, I saw that or I didn't. So we'll leave it at that. Again, the man is cleared and is innocent, 100% on all cases of this, as the Meridian Police Department dug into that. So we're proud of that. As we look around, let's see here. There's a couple of other things that are going on in the area as we begin this. And we go back to the webpage here. Just look at some of the community events. This is coming up. Highland Park Easter egg hunts. This is going to be here. Let's look at the FCA. They've got a big event coming up on the 15th, which is going to be Thursday, I think.
Mm-hmm. They're going to have a 5th annual Jackie Slade Breakfast of Champions. It's on Good Friday, April 15th. And let's see, it's at 7 a.m.
Yeah, I hope you can make it. That's bright and early.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be at the MSU Meridian's Calmus Auditorium.
Yeah.
So,
boy, I'm glad I don't have to say that word on a... I have always had trouble trying to pronounce that. Calmus.
Calmus.
I don't know why.
I hope I'm saying it right.
You did. I have to think before I say it. Some words I can just throw on out there, but that one I got to think about. And then, of course, we've got all of these different Easter egg hunts that are coming up. And then Union is getting ready. This is a good thing, a good feel, a charity bike ride that will happen on April the 23rd, a few weeks out.
Uh-huh. It's going to be the first annual Nolan's Run charity bike ride, April 23rd. Registration at 7:30 to 9:30, and kickstands up at 10 a.m. So proceeds are going to go to Nolan Riley Norris Memorial Scholarship Fund.
So you are a Harley rider, and I don't know it.
No, I'm not.
Do you ride Harleys?
No, I do not.
I doubt. I rode on the back of one many, many moons ago. I would probably flip or lay one over in no time flat.
Yeah, I don't know. Motorcycles make me nervous. I don't like driving around them either, when they're coming up on the... Because there's so many blind spots in your vehicle. I have, moved over before not knowing there was,
that can happen.
Motorcycle. It's scary. It really is for the rider and the driver.
Now, what I didn't know, a friend of mine is a rider, and that people that cut grass and throw grass into the street, that can make a bike turn over. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it makes the road slick. So if you do ever cut grass, I guess, into the road, it's a good thing to go back and blow it off.
It is.
If you possibly can.
But,
or cut in the opposite direction.
Lord knows I sure didn't know this.
Yes.
I had no clue that even went on. So I learned a little something each day.
Yeah.
Never too old to learn is the saying.
Right.
But if you happen to do that and you need your gas tank repaired, drop in and see our friend Chet. He can put it back to looking great again. 9888 Highway 495 is where you'll find Chet and his professionals there. And they do anything when it comes to a vehicle of getting it back the way it was. Cars that are bumped on the side. If you've had someone that scraped it, maybe it's just a little scratch and it's bothering you. They can fix that also. Front end damage, that's probably one of the most common areas that your car gets, that front end area. Maybe you got T-boned, side swiped. However it is, They can put that old truck back together the way it was before it ever happened there. Make it look great again. As you can see, a fender damage there on that Jeep. They can do that. How many pieces it is in, it doesn't matter. They'll put it all back together kind of like Humpty Dumpty.
That's right.
Give you his word, and it'll look great, even better than the first time that you had it. Chet's Paint and Body. You'll find them there. All insurance claims welcome. They'll help you with the work on that, and it costs nothing to find out. Get a free estimate. See why so many people use Chet. There's a lot of them here in the Meridian area. Drop in and visit with them today.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is celebrating 21 years of business this week. A 5-pound bag of Idaho potatoes, $1.99. A 3-pound bag of yellow onions, only $1.99. Piggly Wiggly tomato ketchup, 79 cents. Piggly Wiggly cornmeal or flour, a 2-pound bag, only $1. And fresh leg quarters, a 10-pound bag, only $5.99.
When we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
My family is the most important thing in my life. I don't have a high-paying job, and I'm proud that I always put raising my kids above everything else. But when I got into a serious car accident, I needed money. The surgeries cost more than I make in a year, so I called Richard Schwartz. He got me the money I deserved. I'm Darrell from Jackson, Mississippi, saying thank you, Richard.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
A lot of comments about the grass on highways.
Mm-hmm. Who was it that said that they thought, Margie Lancaster said she thought that she had heard that leaving blown grass in the highway was against the law. I don't know. I've not heard that. But,
I hadn't either.
But definitely dangerous, though.
Yeah,
So.
Paul said it's kind of like hitting the ice on that. Bill says he's been riding for 40 years.
All right.
There's just something about me and a motorcycle and a deer coming at me that makes me go, ooh.
So many people do ride, though. And I guess, and a lot of people think it's relaxing. It just, I don't know, it makes me
I can see you on a trike. Have you seen those?
I have seen those.
That's some kind of fun.
Now, I might be okay with the 3 wheels.
But,
to keep you from falling over.
yeah, I looked at some of the prices on some of them and like, woof.
Yeah.
But they are popular.
It's great when people are responsible when they ride, but there are some irresponsible people who think it's great to go down the highway on the back wheel.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not real smart.
No. And I've been around folks. I don't know this, but I've heard that if you have a flat on one of them, you might better go take out a loan. That it is not cheap.
Really? I don't know.
Very expensive. As we learn more and more. I can just see you in leather. I can just see you. Can't y'all see her in the chats?
No. I'll pass.
This weekend was a big deal in Newton. The Loose Caboose Festival is underway. I drove over Saturday morning, and I'm talking about the folks come out the hills. That once a month trip, they came there. Even our friend, here she was all on the occasion here, Carrie Jones, Miss Latham was in town.
Yeah.
Better known as Bonita was over there.
Right.
As we come there. But the big attraction, although there was lots of food, this was the big deal, was the car show. From the Fall Guide to even having the General Lee up there. But the tons of cars that were there, look at this, just beautiful.
Pretty cars, yeah.
Chino drug his there. That's his pick-em-up truck. Justin Watt there. And the cars just keep going and going. Look at that.
You need to get your truck
Fixed.
Yeah, and put it in something like that.
Slowly getting there. That had the third row. I hadn't seen one of those in years. It has the third row seat in the back where it's facing out the back where the kids would sit and look out the back of the station wagon. 59 as you look at this. Now, is that not pretty?
That is pretty.
That's a great color. It was several 57s as you go through all these pictures here. And cars, look at the crowds.
I've always heard that is a good turnout. Usually, every time they have that. I've never gotten to go to it. And this weekend we were at a ball tournament, so.
Girl, you need to fit that in to next year's schedule. I wanted to also show this because he was proud, and it did look good. Wayne Hemingway had his car out.
That's pretty.
Look at that. Mm-hmm. They spent a lot of time. Took them a couple of years to get that put together.
Patriotic looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So beautiful car, Wayne. You done good. I hope you get to enjoy your car for many, many years.
It is pretty.
You become attached to a car after you track down part after part, and have to sell part of your house to pay for that part.
Yeah. I love the old antique cars, though. Classics.
I can't even get a gas tank for mine right now. Every time I go to order one to change it, they keep telling me that check back in 4 months. Maybe we'll be re-stocked by then. That's the way it is. So if you had a chance to go over that, I do hope you had a great time.
Yeah. It looked like it was a lot of vendors there and everything. So
Cotton candy, ain't nothing like it. Of course, there was me trying to figure out where to park.
did they have funnel cakes? That's always my favorite.
I did see that.
Yeah, that's always my favorite.
Another headline out of yesterday was late in the afternoon as we found out Meridian had a gunshot victim. And you go, what? Yeah, that did happen yesterday as we pull this up. One person was shot, and as we zoom in on this map to let you see where this was, this is North Hill Street where it all happened. Shoemate Road. Shoemate Road is right here. This is where Northcrest Baptist Church is. This is the shopping center where Dollar General is. And it happened on this road. A Meridian Knight was shot in the hand. He was taken to a local hospital and treated. And he did say that someone else shot him, but that was basically all the information that we would get out of that.
Right.
Now, there's been reports of other things that happened the weekend as we investigated. Not true. No reason to get into something that didn't happen, but a lot of talk
Have they had any
happens.
leads on the shooting over by the Trustmark Bank, that come across, hit the tire shop? Have they had any?
Not anything new. Just two people shooting at one another. I've had no one report, to my knowledge, anything about that.
I've had several people say, I had just came out of that, one of the area businesses. Me and my daughter just came out and got in our car. It's just so close. It could have been so much worse. It really could have been. But like we talked about.
Bullets going through a building in daylight time is not good.
No.
And they have not been caught. It's a point of there's no fear. There's no fear of going to jail. Or they don't care. I don't know what the word is.
Well, that and we always say be aware of your surroundings, but this is stuff that is kind of like that you can't help. You could be riding down the road.
There'd been no way to have predicted that. Even if you watch the video, you don't know that it's coming. It looks just like someone pulling over on the side of the road. Next thing you know, out comes a gun and boom, 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 boom.
Right.
We don't need that in our area, and we hopefully soon they will be arrested and an example made of that to where others won't follow suit. No remorse, as Margie said. Jessica Davis, how in the world are you doing? Down at Rodney's this morning. I hope everything's good there on 8th Street today. Did you see this in the headlines? There was a lot of talk if he joined the board, he wouldn't be able to do this, he wouldn't be able to do this, especially about Trump. Trump has been removed from Twitter. Elon Musk, who owns Tesla Cars, which is an electric car, he's bought into stock of Twitter. He owns the largest share of anyone else now. Pretty amazing. And they'd invited him to join the board. Had he joined the board, there would have been things he couldn't have done. He's not a board member. He declined it. Interesting. Okay. So what does all that mean? I have no clue, but we'll watch the news and we'll let you know as other analysts. I don't know as much about Twitter and their bylaws as maybe I should know. I only know they let you put so many words, and that's all you can put, and it's very hard to type a whole lot. You have to put it on your website and put it on. There's only way it really work for me.
Yeah, I would think.
But Trump, on the other hand, knew exactly how many
on there. Don't you think?
Oh, it's a lot of drama. Yeah, always. As we said today, you can expect this to be coming from the White House on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Ghost guns. And for those of you who go, well, what is a ghost gun? A ghost gun is a gun that is you put together yourself. You buy a part here, you buy a part there. It's not serial numbered, and you put it together and you have your own gun. They're expected to pass some type of legislation today, some type of something from the White House on this. They're trying to regulations or maybe a banning. We don't know. But something will come from the White House is expected today. So be looking for that in the headlines. We'll tell you about that. Did you see that where people were scrambling all over the streets of Times Square in New York yesterday afternoon?
I didn't because I have not even been on. I haven't hardly watched any TV
Now,
all
I
weekend.
don't know what caused it, but there was an explosion within a manhole that rumbled.
I did
and everybody
hear,
went.
Now this morning I heard that it really freaked everybody out because it sounded like it was a bomb go off. But it was a manhole.
I watched the YouTube. There was a guy there with his camera that took video, and everybody was scrambling. You'd be surprised how fast folks can run when they need to.
So I wonder what happened.
That should come out today, an explanation of what went on with that. Denise. That was funny, Denise. If you're watching from television, as always, you can join us on YouTube. You can join us and make comments as well as we go along. We appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
Coburn Supply. Look at that. Danielle Benefield. How are you doing today? I was there a couple weeks back. Glad on B Street. Glad to see y'all watching us. We appreciate that. Good folks there. I don't agree with this whatsoever. I guess you can't choose the laws, and I don't know exactly what the law is on this, but you can't pick and choose. I know that, but it's one of those things. I read it, my eyebrow starts twitching, going, "Come on, can't you do something else?" We go to Pennsylvania on this. Have you ever done this? Are you guilty?
Of putting those stickers on there?
Yeah.
No, but I've seen plenty of them, and I've taken pictures of them.
If I had one, I might be guilty of doing it because
Yeah.
it'd be just tempting to lean over and put it at the gas pump.
Yeah.
And what we're talking about, this, y'all have bound to have seen this either on the internet or at a gas pump near you where it says, "I did that," and it's Biden pointing at the prices
Yeah.
of the gas pump. A Pennsylvania guy done it, and he was arrested. Now, come on.
I mean, what would be the difference in somebody getting a T-shirt made up
Yeah.
and walking around? Are you going to be arrested for wearing that?
Well, what they're doing is it's not his property, and they're trying to say he defaced the property by putting a sticker on there.
okay.
Now, you can take Windex and wipe that stuff off with a razor blade, and it ain't hurt anything.
Right.
While we got people taking spray painting buildings with graffiti and trains, and shooting people and burning things and
Right.
stealing things, and they get nothing. This guy goes to jail for that. It's a misdemeanor, but still. He'll be the talk of the Christmas party this year. Trust me on that one.
Yeah. But everybody knows that he did have a big hand in that.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. And the surveys and everything that is said about this of what is coming for the fall, it's going to be, if the polls are anything, and not always polls are right, but most Americans are tired of doing without products, tired of overpaying for something that we could have right here of our very own in the United States and be cheaper. It's all about taking care of, doesn't matter race, color, religion. It's about America, putting it first.
Yeah.
Seems as though our politicians have forgotten that once again.
Yeah. And
I think some Americans want to straighten them out on that.
Well, yeah. And I mean, have you heard of like shortage in food coming up about pretty
Yes,
soon?
and a lot of that goes back to the Ukraine, to where a lot of wheat is grown. Now, also, as we say that about Ukraine, remember, they are paying the American farmer not to farm because they want to control the prices. And what that means is, you ever noticed how we used to ride around, especially in our area, and see these bean fields, and now there's pine trees on it?
Well, I
It's
mean,
called the
too,
CPR program. They put trees on it and paid the farmer not to plant crops.
And from what I understand too, like everything is so expensive. Fertilizer is so expensive for farmers to have to purchase to be able to do their, planting and gardening and farming and stuff. So I don't know. It's just a mess.
We are a country that doesn't manufacture anything anymore.
It's just sad that we don't have an administration that would be totally for self-sufficient country. I mean, we have all the resources to where we could be self-sufficient. There's no reason, for our country to be looking elsewhere for all this stuff. And how many Americans do you think that could employ? I mean, we would be putting our people back to work, the ones who want to work.
Now, as you bring all this up, we became a nation that was paid not to work during the pandemic. Don't get me wrong. People needed help. But there was a time to back off of that to where Americans would go to work, and some of these cities just kept on with it. I talked to a gentleman this weekend that had, I think, roughly 20 employees before all of this happened. He now has 6 because he can't get anybody else to work, and he said, I've just scaled back on what I do.
Right.
Bigger is not better for me anymore because I can't get anybody to work. And it was because so many people were paid that wanted to sit at home and get a check.
Yeah.
There's
This is
and
what I
again-
want to understand. What I don't understand. What about people who don't work at all, like who didn't work?
Are you talking about somebody that's on a fixed income
I don't.
retirement?
Well, no, I'm talking about people who had children. Like what if there were people who had children who didn't work at all and sat at home, so they didn't pay taxes, but they got the child tax credit money.
Right.
Because each person who had
You
a
get
child
so much money per child?
Yeah, per child. I don't understand that. Like, if you don't pay taxes and you sit at home and you don't work,
Yeah, I don't have the answers for all that. I don't.
so you just get free money, and I don't understand that because, like, I don't know. Somebody clue me in, I guess, about it.
Again, I don't have the answers on that, but that has been an age-old thing for many, many years, and it increases. People have to work to make society work.
Yeah, because what I was getting at is like the people who do work, they do their taxes, they get the child tax credit thing. It pulls something off of their maybe what they owe or something. I don't know.
I'd have to have an accountant here to be.
Yeah, we do need an accountant.
Because
I'm not good with numbers. I probably shouldn't even brought it up, but I mean, it does make. We were talking about that not long ago. I'm like, how does that work? How does that work? I mean, it looks like if you don't work and you don't pay taxes, you wouldn't get the child tax credit.
That's not the way it works. That's the same thing as bringing in somebody who's not.
Right.
What really gets you mad is when it's not even a citizen of the United States that gets your money that's taken out of your check and given to them, and they're not a citizen, but they
Yeah.
get benefits of the United States. Explain that one to me.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I would think that you have to give to receive, but it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't always work that way. So that's a few thoughts on that. Don't rush off because we got more. You like that? We got some more to say.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't like it. Let us know.
Yeah.
Whichever way, we like to hear from you. So join us. We got a lot going on this morning.
Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent, truly cares about his customers and makes it easy to get you the coverage you need at a competitive price that you can afford. Michael can tell you more about homeowner insurance. Maybe you've just bought a new mobile home, or you're renting for the first time and need insurance. Let Alpha protect your family with life insurance. And as your business grows, so does your insurance need. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent. Call him at 601-938-0123. Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April 23rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a brand new location at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show, Saturday, April the 23rd from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776. And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Candace. Anybody say anything that we missed?
I'm trying to read it was a bunch all at one time.
Everybody was hopping in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Taxpayers provide for those non-taxpayers. Well, that does happen there. Well put. Denise liked it there. Normal working folks who get their child tax had to claim that as income. Yeah, you do have to put that as you receive cash as you go along. Again,
Yeah, well, we had to. I know we had to. You get a thing from the government, about what you received. I don't know. It's like a little notice thing. You had to bring that in.
all I know is I needed some kids, and I didn't have them, and all mine were grown. I was still paying for them, but I didn't get to use them. But Jonda, where are you? I need to have Jonda Henry down here sitting with me and put a spotlight on her and make her tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
We ought to get her in around tax season.
Yeah.
Her or Miss Gail. Miss Gail does ours.
That what is that? April? That deadline is like a few days away, isn't it?
It's close by if the deadline still is the same as it's always been. Usually it's the 15th. Now I don't know. Things have changed so much. I don't know.
Golly, back in the day, and I say back in the day, we're talking 25 years ago, we used to, in radio, would do the thing because you had till midnight at the post office, do the remotes as you come and dropped off your taxes to get it in so it'd be postmarked.
Right.
There was always somebody at the last second. But
I was always so early getting all my stuff done, and this year I was just dragging. I don't know.
Candace dragging late?
I was. I mean,
cannot fathom the thought.
No, look, I might be late or 5 minutes or right on the dot getting here. But usually on tax stuff, I'm usually on the ball, and I was not this year. So, anyway.
From Robertsdale, Alabama, Amy Barrett. How are you with your new last name? She's only posting because she's got a man now. I just want y'all to know that. She's got a husband, and she's trying to show off. Just telling y'all. Let's look back in history today. Did anybody ever watch Hogan's Heroes? Do you remember that TV show?
I didn't really watch it much.
Oh, I loved it. Colonel Klink and the gang. And you'll remember this picture. I had no clue that this was really a part of this. But as we look at this, you remember this guy? He was one of the ones that was a regular on the show. He actually was liberated from a Nazi concentration camp in 1945. And then he went on to become a TV star. He played LeBlue on there. That was a great show.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch it.
I know nothing. He was funny, the big guy. And I'll think of his name in just a second there. But that was good. I did like that. Let's see some other things. What was the number one song on this date? And I think so many people related to this is why it just soared to number one. It would be a number one after his death. As we look at this, it was Your Cheating Heart was number one on this date, 1953. And that's Hank's caddy there at the gravesite. That's what we would call almost like sacred ground. Hank's burial place there.
Goodness. I've never been there.
I hadn't made it either, Montgomery, Alabama. But if I ever make it there, I've passed through Montgomery, but I've never stopped. Always wanted to. I'm going to one day. Make that a part of it.
Yeah.
As you go back and you look at Alan Jackson and you go back and you remember the song Midnight in Montgomery? The whole song's about Hank, and they went out at midnight and videoed the video for it. They got back and the tape was blank. Everything they recorded, nothing was on it.
Really?
Yeah. So they had to go back and retake all the scenes from there.
That's odd.
What happened? I don't know. That's been many a moon ago. Midnight in Montgomery, Silver Eagle. Wow, what a song it was.
Chris Walker said the Hogan's Heroes is on every night at 9 on MeTV.
Yeah, I need to watch that. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that.
I need to watch that too because I just said
when I'm over with my mom at night, it's on, and I'll sit there and I'll get caught up in the storyline. Always good. Colonel Klink.
Yeah.
And they always had the escape route out from underneath the German Shepherds where they'd raise the dogs up. I love that. It's kind of cute. Tunnels everywhere. This guy has sort of become an ambassador for Mississippi. He had 2 hit songs, kind of faded away after that. He's still performing, but you'll see him in a lot of ads across Mississippi with a podcast and this, that, and the other. And we're talking about I Don't Have to Be Me Till Monday. Steve Azar has a birthday today. Born in 64 in the Mississippi Delta.
All right.
Good song. You can't help but sing along with that. I can't call into sick to work because there's nobody to fill in for me.
Yeah.
Got to do it. 1977, this was big. Only 2 things in life that make it worth living. That's guitars tuned and firm feeling women, and we would all, as it become a number one.
Waylon Jennings.
Luckenbach, Texas, where Waylon and Willie and the Boys. That was a great song. That is so hard to believe that was 1977.
I'll tell you, time just, I say it all the time, it flies by. It does.
Yeah, I agree.
The older you get, the faster it goes.
And that was after Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. That was just during the heyday of all that. And soon it would be the release where you'd see his hands and not his face on TV, as he'd become the balladeer for the Dukes of Hazzard right after that. Makes you wonder how. I've never read the story of how Waylon was chosen for that part, but he really added to that show all those little sayings all through it there.
You just can't beat old country music, though.
No, you
just
can't.
It's no comparison to me, to nowadays.
I what was it that I heard this weekend that I had not? I was up here doing some work in the studio, and Don Williams. I got into Don Williams' greatest hits, and I ran up on. Do y'all remember the song "I Wouldn't Want to Live If You Didn't Love Me"? Oh, wow, what a song! It was great. We go to 1981. Let's go there and check out what's going on. This is what happened on this date. Eddie Van Halen married Valerie Bertinelli, and I remember that being said. I thought, what would she want with him? She was gorgeous back in the day, One Day at a Time. I think that show was even on then.
It probably was, but yeah, I watched that all the time.
Snyder.
Oh,
She had a crush on him.
No, I did not.
But there was a
Just
lot
a
of women
goofy
that
actor.
thought he was like it on a stick, right?
I guess maybe. I don't know.
Do you find him
I
attractive?
was young. I mean, I wasn't even studying dating or anything. I was young.
Well, like
So,
I
like, it didn't even, no.
look, I was like 9 when Farrah Fawcett come out, but I still knew that she had it going on. It didn't matter that I was 9. Farrah Fawcett was like a hot looking woman.
Yeah,
got
I
a
watched
thumbs
the,
up
I
on that.
watched the show, but yeah. Farrah Fawcett was a pretty lady.
Cagney and Lacey, not so much.
How many times has Scotty Ray put that out there? He did not like
I
Cagney and
know,
Lacey.
it bothered me.
Not his favorite.
But let me tell you something. I was glued to Wonder Woman on Friday nights. I don't know any of this young lady's music, but it was big. She's still a big star. Doesn't matter whether I know a whole lot about it or not. Josh Stone was born on this date back in '87.
She has a beautiful voice.
Does she?
I mean, yeah, she's a really good singer.
And I don't know that I've ever heard one. I've been in crowds where people brought her name up, and they said that she's really good at what she
really
does.
Is. Really, she is. She's like kind of like soulful singing, and stuff. I mean, she's really good.
1987, this would be one of the very few times. Usually, if you're not 19 or 20 and not over 24 and you go to Nashville to try to make it as a country artist, the door is closed and they will not answer your phone call when you call back. It's only been a couple people that ever got away with this. KT Oslin was one of the two that I can think of. John Conley was the other. But she had the #1 album on this date, and it was big. 80s Ladies was the #1 thing. She was like 44, maybe a little older when that hit. But women flocked to her like there was no tomorrow.
Yeah. She had another hit, Come Next Monday. Remember that song?
And Hey Bobby, you want to go for a ride? And I was like, ooh, I don't want to. You're scaring me.
Yeah. She had that kind of,
Raspy voice.
yeah.
She
She passed away. I don't know what
She did.
year that was, but
sounded like she had a 6-pack habit in a Motel 10. Okay. You didn't catch the play there, did you? Steve Earle? Guitar Town? He had a
No.
2-pack habit in a Motel 10?
no, I didn't know. No, I don't know Steve Earle.
Guitar Town? Hey, pretty baby, won't you hold me tight?
Oh, I know
Loading up,
that
rolling.
song. Okay, but
That's
yeah.
him.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, 2005, what was the #1 song in country music? Well, it was none other than Trace Atkins. He's been in Meridian several times. And Songs About Me. There you go. Sandy Johnson, I almost forgot that. Do you?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was another KT song.
Yeah.
That was big. Let's see. We got a happy birthday wish coming in.
Sarah Wallace Smith wants to say happy birthday to their son, Daniel Smith from Enterprise, Mississippi. So, Daniel, we hope you have a great birthday today.
Yeah, I hope it's a big one.
Yeah.
Blow out a bunch of candles there and get what you want.
That's right.
I still got wishes every year. Let's turn and talk about our friends over at Maple's One Stop Shop. They have a lot there going on. If you want breakfast, they've got it for you this morning at the St. Paul store, or you can drop into the Chevron store that is happening out there, of course, in Causeyville. As we look at all this, look, great food, bacon. I love bacon.
Yeah, bacon is good.
As we look at the menus, and here's what is up for today.
Let's see, we have red beans and rice, baked chicken, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, broccoli and cheese casserole, butter beans, cabbage, and you have your choice of roll or cornbread. And I'm sure they have some sweet tea waiting on you.
Yeah,
too.
you get a meat and 2 sides and sweet tea for only $8.99. What a bargain it is. Now, you can get custom tater logs, too.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I love me some tater logs.
I do too. Yeah.
They'll take care of you there. Of course, the Loyalty Coffee Program, cold drinks, candy bars, sunflower seeds, if you name it, they've got it, including pizza out at Chevron and also the Bonita store. See them for a lottery ticket or ice cream or anything you need. With 6 locations around town, from Bonita to Pine Springs, Causeyville, to Last Chance Tobacco, Broadmoor, and 31st Avenue Chevron. See them today. They'll do more than help you out there. Visit with them today. Spend a little time as they take care of you.
Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent, truly cares about his customers and makes it easy to get you the coverage you need at a competitive price that you can afford. Michael can tell you more about homeowner insurance. Maybe you've just bought a new mobile home, or you're renting for the first time and need insurance. Let Alpha protect your family with life insurance. And as your business grows, so does your insurance need. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent. Call him at 601-938-0123.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Tell the truth and nothing but the truth, Candace.
Okay.
Have you ever used any of Dr. Oz's medical advice? He was big on Oprah.
Yeah. I don't think I have. I've watched him several times, but I haven't.
A lot of people follow that guy and believe in him.
He sounds like he makes a lot of sense. I mean, he sounds real knowledgeable about a lot of different things. And he's pretty much on the conservative side also.
Very.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, he's announced now that he is running for public office. He sat back long enough and said, I don't like the way the country is headed, and has stepped up in Pennsylvania and is running for Senate. Now, he has gotten the endorsement of who?
Donald Trump.
There you go. Last night, it's what they call the prize endorsement. If you're a Republican candidate right now, and he got that. It's going to be interesting to see how this shapes out.
Yeah. I know they've already started bashing him, though, from the left. You know.
On Trump or Oz?
Oz.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I had been listening. He's talked to several people on talk radio, I think, and I've gotten to listen to him. And then also on some of the news media. But they've already started in on bashing him, so...
Hopefully he can take that. He seems like a good guy. Greg Abbott, who is the governor of Texas, has stood up for what he said he would do. They got Greyhound buses rolling from Texas to Washington, D.C. Why? Well, they're taking migrants, illegals, that have come into Texas, and they're dropping them off in Washington, D.C.
You know, they were saying that he was not going to be within the law about doing that because he could not put them on a bus without their consent. You know, I don't know how. I mean, did they stop and ask everybody before they put them on the bus and shipped them all out everywhere else?
Can you show me your ID?
Yeah. Would you like to go or not? You know.
Yeah. They got buses rolling, and I'm glad they stood up for what they believed in on that. Horrible news on this. Did you see this headline?
What?
As we go to Pittsburgh Steelers, their quarterback was run over and killed this weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
Trying to cross a highway. He was hit by a dump truck.
Oh, goodness.
Dwayne Haskins, he died. No word yet as to why he was actually in the highway or where he was trying to cross. And as we've seen here in our area, do not cross roads.
Yes.
That's sad. That's got to shake the team up there pretty bad there. A father has been charged in Georgia for murder. And you ask why? His 8-year-old son accidentally shot his 6-year-old son with an AR that he had loaded laying on the floor in the bedroom. The son picked it up and shot and killed his brother. It was all an accident, but they're charging him with murder because he didn't put the gun up safely.
But it also says that he was found with other
things he shouldn't have had. Marijuana. Oh, meth.
Yeah, I mean, if you have guns...
Now, can that influence you not putting up a gun?
Right,
Yeah.
it could. You know, if you have guns, I mean, pretty much people should know to put them up if you have children around. Don't leave them loaded, and laying around. Or if you have them loaded, have them in a locked cabinet,
And the choir carries on.
Yeah.
It'll probably never be fixed, but that's some headlines that affected our community. Yeah. The mayor of New York City, Eric, y'all all know who I'm talking about, who was favored that they thought would have some serious police reform as he became mayor. That's not happened, but we found out late yesterday, guess what he's got?
COVID.
He's sick. It's more than 60 cases within there that are floating around. So we wish him well. Hope he gets better. Get back to doing what he needs
Says
to.
that Attorney General Merrick Garland also has it.
Ooh, there's been a bunch in the Biden camp.
Yeah, Nancy
that's had it.
Pelosi, the other day, they announced she had it.
Did you send flowers?
No, I didn't.
Just
Sorry. Missed that
wondering
one.
if you did.
I missed that one. No, I don't wish that on anybody, though.
No.
That's the awful thing. But, I mean, some people breeze right on through it, and some people don't. So we don't wish sickness on anybody.
No.
But, yeah, a lot of them have had it. And I think there was talk that they were worried that President Biden had been exposed. So, because there were so many people around him. I think Nancy Pelosi kissed him on the cheek or something.
I saw that picture.
Yeah. But then they said that's not close. So I don't think
That ain't close quarters.
I don't think you got to worry about that being close contact. No. But yeah, let me stand 10 feet away.
Right.
and
Stand
all of
over
our
here.
Stuff, so yeah.
The things are going with this. A nightmare scenario is the headline as we read this next one. We're a county coroner. That's a pretty common job to have, but he gets a call and attends it, and he finds his parents and his son murdered.
Oh my
There was
goodness.
a robbery that went wrong inside a pawn shop, and awful. You cannot imagine coming up on something like that.
Yeah.
That did happen in
horrible.
Georgia, though. Hopefully they'll catch the ones that are guilty of this crime and they'll go off to jail. So how long do you wait? And this is, you don't have to be a celebrity for this to happen in your family, but how long is it okay before you put something up for sale when somebody passes away? Is it a month? Is it a year? 6 months?
I guess it's different for different people. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I guess there would be maybe certain laws, like if something's not settled in some instance on finances, that you maybe couldn't touch certain things. But I guess it's different for different people. I don't know.
They didn't waste any time with Betty White. They put her home up for sale, and it sold within 3 months. They put it on the market, and it sold instantly. $8 million. I don't think there was even some haggling over the price.
Yeah.
It was bought, snapped up just like that. $8 million.
I would think there would be if there was a lot of wealthy people that would be interested in that, they would buy it up in a heartbeat.
And
That would be neat to own Betty White's house. I mean,
I was expecting, I don't know what I expected, but this is not what I thought she would live in. But here's a picture of her house if you've never seen it before. That's what it looked like. There's nothing wrong with that. But $8 million for that. Can you imagine what $8 million would buy you in the state of Mississippi?
she's got her whiskey barrel planters.
Yes, she
out there.
does. So her house is sold already. That's something to keep in the back of your mind, though. But a lot of people just don't want to part with it. But, boy, they put that on the market. And do you know, I honestly don't know the answer to this before I ask it. Did she have children? I've just never heard it mentioned. She may have tons, but I don't know much about it.
I don't know either. I didn't really know that much about. I mean, I really never saw a whole lot about her personal life in the news or any kind of media.
She was funny, I'll give her that.
She was funny. You couldn't, I don't think there was any out there like her.
No, there wasn't. Stay close. When we come back, we're going to talk about radar, what's going on with the weather, and give you a quick rundown of things that are happening with that here in just a moment. So don't rush off. We'll tell you about it. But if you need a home, need lots of them, maybe Betty White should have called her.
Yeah.
Snowden and Company, that's what they do every day, and they're good at it. As we look at this of the buyers and the sellers, people trust her. And that's why so many people get in touch with Amanda and her gang. You can visit them online at snowdenrealestate.com. You'll see those red signs scattered across town. There's a reason. People begin to trust, and that's what they're doing there. If you're looking for a home or you're selling yours, talk to them about it. Upgrades or downgrades that maybe a home is just too big for you now. They've got those. They'll be there through 5 this afternoon. They'll close on Saturday, but they'll still meet with you for an appointment to go show you homes. Closed on Sunday. This is the different styles. You go from this home, I think this is out in the Northeast area, and you can find homes like this and big, and maybe you need a double wide. Or maybe just land. New listings. See them? They'll show you more, and you can thumb through and find out why so many people use them and trust them. Amanda, designated seller representative. Their office is on Poplar Springs Drive. They'll be glad to talk with you, and that's their team. Snowden and Company, 601-453-3937. See them today.
Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April 23rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a brand new location at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack's Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show, Saturday, April the 23rd from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776.
I'm Rick from Meridian. My life changed forever on my way home from work one Friday night, but I was able to focus on getting healthy because I had Richard Schwartz fighting for me every day. He got me the money I needed to get my life back on track.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
Most everyone is saying that Betty White had stepchildren, none of her own.
Okay.
It's always been kind of a quiet thing with Betty White. Mm-hmm. Gorgeous lady. As we turn to look at some of this, what's going on with radar, what did you find?
I'm sorry, Denise Burnside. I publicly declare I'm the long-lost daughter of Betty White.
Go ahead, girl.
It's funny. I'm sorry.
That's all right. As we pull into radar here, we have had some thunderstorm activity roll through the Brandon area. This is in Scott County now and also in northwestern Newton County. As we look at this, a lot of rain in Kemper County and also look at Neshoba County, pouring, Winston County, and also Noxubee, all the way up to Columbus. A lot of rain there. As we pull this in and show you some locations here of what our line is, as we look at this, starts at about House, goes northward through the entire county, western, northern Kemper County, Scuba, a lot of rain in between there, and Mohawk there at Presley Bottom. Look at that rain pouring down. And again, we've got this like hole right now in Lauderdale County with no rain, but have no fear, it'll come. Just north of Turkey Creek Water Park, all around East Central, getting some showers. And in Union, we see some heavy rain there, especially if you're going Highway 15 toward Neshoba County, toward Philadelphia. Look at that. If you're going over to Sebastopol, a lot of rain there as well. Clark County, the eastern side, our friends are getting wet. We don't like that, but it's happening there. Shiloh getting rain. And even down here to Thietsville Volunteer Fire Department there on 511. A lot of rain, and all the way up here, right there. We even got it there at Snell at the Volunteer Fire Department. Salute. Mm-hmm. Y'all getting y'all share of rain this morning.
So if y'all have to get out on the roads traveling this morning, just be extra careful. Leave a little early if you got to be there certain times so you don't, take a chance.
Now, we will update you constantly on this threat of severe weather that rolls in on Wednesday. Is there a chance of tornadoes? Yes. Portions of Lauderdale County is a level 3. The eastern side is a level 2, but we're kind of splitting the line there. And back west, all a level 3. We'll watch this weather carefully as it gets near us, as it comes closer. We want you to be safe. Always have a NOAA weather radio. If you don't own one, find one. Mm-hmm. It's well worth the $15, $20. I'm not sure the exact cost, but they're not much. And store those. Have one there. When weather breaks out, you'll know exactly what's going on. What you got?
Paul Moore said it's coming a frog. I've never heard that phrase, coming a frog strangler in Plattsburgh.
That's a good way to put it there. Mm-hmm. Also, let's see here. Matherville getting rain. Thank you, Margo. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Hickory, Mississippi's getting rain. So it's all around us.
It is.
Sure.
And I'm looking at Hickory right there. Also over at the cemetery there, at the Veteran Cemetery, we're getting showers there also. Most of all, we want y'all to be safe with all of this as we look at this weather there.
It.
Yeah.
Here now. Mm-hmm.
Getting it in the western portion of Lauderdale County. Let's see here. There was a couple of things. Jennifer Lopez is engaged, is what we're hearing.
Again, I think they were engaged a time before.
They were.
To Ben Affleck. Yeah. That was a rebound pretty much from, A-Rod. She and A-Rod were a couple, and then that kind of blew up. She went straight to Ben Affleck. Now they're engaged.
See, and I don't know.
Hopefully it works out for them.
What is A-Rod a ball player or something?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, as we look
Alex
here.
Alex Rodriguez.
That's what his name is?
They call him A-Rod.
Okay,
Alex Rodriguez.
I learned something today. Kentucky has always been right on the line of teeter-totting of what they believe. There's a little both there. As you go back to the Civil War, Kentucky never really committed to anybody. It was on the line. Part of the state was this way, part of the state was the other way. A lot of Republicans voted for the abortion ban. The governor, which is Democrat, voted it down. That's what's happening in Kentucky today. So that's out. Not going to happen there. Whew.
Goodness.
Liz Cheney, of course, still trying to be against Trump as she says that he has broken laws from the January 6th. Of course, she's going to say that.
I wish we had a book that we could write down all of everything that went on January 6th. People who knew about it beforehand.
Yeah. Trump, they say, was going to walk from the White House there, and he was stopped by agents saying that was not a good idea. Mm-hmm. All right, we're coming up at the top of the hour. We'll be joining Cutting Out for the Day. We want to say thank y'all for dropping by and spending a few moments with us today.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow morning beginning at 8:30. No, at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
Thanks for
8
joining
o'clock,
us.
8 a.m. sharp.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: